Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Nar from the Nar Report. Back today with another episode. This is episode 50 of the Nar Report. It is a pleasure to be here. Before we get things started, I just want to say thank y'all for all the love and support y'all have given me on all of my social media platforms here on the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. All right. If you're new to the YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe to all of my other stuff on YouTube, and click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live and when I post stuff. And don't forget to follow me on the social media, Instagram and TikTok at D_Nar_report. It's in the description down low. All right. And in today's episode, I'll be recapping all of the Week 10 games. This was a crazy week in the NFL. Most of these games were boring. Most of the games were blowouts. So those games, I won't be talking about them like that, but I'm going to talk about the good games and the games that I usually watch. All right? And then last but not least, you know what it is. Give y'all my Week 11 predictions. Let's get it started. Starting off with the Thursday night football game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Broncos win 10-7 in Denver, AFC West showdown. Defensive game, both quarterbacks did not play well. Both defenses played well too. Raiders had a chance to win the game. Fourth quarter, it was 10-7, chance to tie it. The kicker misses a field goal. I'm real with you, this was a boring game. It was a snooze fest, okay? At halftime, it was 7-7, 3 points, 3 points scored in the second half. Hey, defense wins games, and the Broncos were just a better team. They had the better defense overall. I mean, coming into this game, we all expected the Denver Broncos to blow out the Las Vegas Raiders because they're a sorry team. But no, the Raiders came into Denver and put up a fight with these boys. All right. Both quarterbacks did not play well. It was more on the defense. So both offenses really couldn't do much. But man, Denver Broncos defense is freaking legit. Okay. After that win, I think the Broncos might lock up the AFC West if they beat the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. If they beat the Chiefs this weekend, they will lock up the AFC West. All right. But that's it. Broncos win 10-7 in Denver. Moving on to the Sunday games, we go to Germany with my Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Colts win 31-25 in OT, overtime. Good game. Hey, this was a pretty good game. Atlanta, couple mistakes down the end, but I feel like we should have won this game, but a couple mistakes, missed opportunities. We just couldn't capitalize on those plays. Michael Penix, he played well, 12 for 28 on his completion attempts, threw for 177 yards, 1 touchdown and 0 interceptions. Bijan Robinson, 17 carries, ran for 84 yards. Tyler Algier had a great game, 11 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. Drake London had a great game, 8 targets, 6 receptions for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. Kyle Pitts, I feel like when we got the ball earlier in the game, if Kyle Pitts does not drop that ball, we score a touchdown or a field goal on that drive. But on that drive, Michael Penix fumbles the football, the Colts recover it, and Jonathan Taylor scores a touchdown. So defensively, we played well. We had 7 sacks on Daniel Jones. The pass rush has gotten better. I love what Jalen Walker and James Pierce has been doing all year long. Big pickup in the draft. All right. So I love where this defense is headed. But if we can stay healthy, we got a legit defense. Offense still needs a little more work on the offensive line. But I like our weapons, though. So despite the 3-6 record, I kind of like where this team is heading because I'm speaking positive and not in the negative. All right. But it's more on the coaching situation. If we could just be consistent with our coaching, we will not be 3-6 right now. All right. Moving on to the Colts. Daniel Jones played a pretty great game. 19 for 26 on his completion attempts. Threw for 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 7 sacks by that Falcons defense. Jonathan Taylor ran for 244 yards. That's right. 32 carries for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, including the touchdown and overtime to win the Colts the game. Jonathan Taylor's a freaking beast. Best running back in the NFL, and it's not even close. I'm going to say right now, Jonathan Taylor is better than Saquon Barkley. All right. We can debate about it later on, but Jonathan Taylor is better than Saquon Barkley. But that's it, though. We had a lot of missed opportunities for Atlanta. But on to next week, though. That was a rough loss. It hurts. But, hey, on the next week against Carolina at home, we'll see if we can bounce back there. But I'm confident we will bounce back. All right. Moving on to the next game, we go to Tampa Bay with the Patriots defeating the Bucks 28-23. Great game overall. New England Patriots swept the NFC South. It put them a 2-game cushion in the AFC East. Man, the Patriots are that good, okay? Who would have thought the New England Patriots will be leading the division this year? Like, Drake May is having a great year. MVP conversations. 16 for 31 on his completion attempts, threw for 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Trey Henderson. He had Travion Henderson, 14 carries for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. Offensively for New England, played well. Defensively, played well too. Tampa Bay, Baker had a great game, 29 for 43 on his completion attempts, threw for 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. This was a back-and-forth game overall. I feel like Tampa Bay could have won this game. They were driving down the field, down by 5, but then Baker Mayfield gets sacked, and New England takes over. Travion Henderson scores the game-sealing touchdown as New England wins 28-23. They are now 8-2 of the year. Hey, New England is starting to run away with that division, and this is a time for Patriots fans because they haven't felt like this since Tom Brady. So I'm glad. So I'm kind of like where the New England Patriots are headed in this direction. All right, they're starting to become a new dynasty in the NFL with Drake May and Weber over there. And that's it. Patriots win 28-23. Moving on to the NFC South divisional matchup, we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Saints win 17-7. Pretty low scoring game. Tyler Show, he played pretty great though in his second start. 19 for 27 on his completion attempts, threw for 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Defensively for New Orleans, played well. I didn't expect for the Saints to come into Carolina and took down the Panthers, but Bryce Young did not play a great game. 17 for 25 on his completion attempts, threw for 124 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Rico Dowdle, 18 carries for 53 yards and 1 touchdown. Carolina did not play well at all. Bryce Young did not have a great game. Defensively wasn't there at all. But man, I don't understand how the Panthers beat the Packers in Lambeau, but then you come back home playing a divisional rival. I even picked y'all to win the game, and you lost to the Saints. You lost to a rookie Tyler Show. To be real with you as a Falcons fan, I'd rather lose to them in New Orleans than at home. You know what I'm saying? But Saints win 17-7. Moving on to the next game, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Jets. Jets went 27-20. I didn't really care about this game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Jets got the job done, especially on special teams. They had 2 kickoff return for a touchdown. Dylan Gabriel played an okay game, 17 for 32 on his completion attempts, threw for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Justin Fields, 6 for 11 on his completion attempts, threw for 54 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. This was a sloppy game, but it wasn't really that interesting. But Jets went 27-20. Then we go to Miami with the Miami Dolphins blowing out the Buffalo Bills 30-13. Who's seen this coming? Okay. Who expected Miami to beat the Buffalo Bills at home by 27 points? Was y'all expecting this? Because I wasn't. I mean, we all was thinking that Buffalo would just come into Miami and sweep the Dolphins. Nah. Miami came ready to play. Josh Allen did not play a great game. 28 for 40 on his completion attempts. Threw for 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Tua Tagovailoa played well. 15 for 21 on his completion attempts. Threw for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Miami at home looked great offensively and defensively on both sides of the ball, bringing the pressure to Josh Allen. 3 sacks. man, Mike McDaniels was trying to save his job. So that's it. Moving on to the next game, we got the New York Giants taking on the Chicago Bears. Bears went 24-20. The Chicago Bears with a comeback win, down 20-10 with 3 minutes left. Chicago scores a touchdown. Caleb Williams runs it into the end zone to give the Bears the lead, 24-20. This was the game. Jackson Dart got hurt with a concussion. So Russell Wilson came in and did not do pretty well. So I feel like if the Giants had Jackson Dart throughout the whole game, they would have won. But Russell Wilson is just not that guy anymore. Okay? He's not that guy anymore, okay? And it's okay, though. But we did get the news that Brian Daboll has been fired yesterday after that embarrassing loss because they should have won that game. Okay? I thought the Giants were going to win the game. But, man, let's go over the stats. Jackson Dart, before he got hurt, 19 for 29 on his completion attempts, threw for 242 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Caleb Williams, 20 for 36 on his completion attempts, threw for 220 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Chicago in the first half was sloppy, but in the second half, they came ready to play. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's what the Bears did. Moving on to the Ravens and Vikings. Ravens win 27-19. Ravens are back and fully healthy. They starting to become the team to beat again in that division in the AFC North, with the Steelers losing on Sunday night as well too. Hey, I think the Baltimore Ravens are back. All right. But if they can win the games down the stretch, especially those tough games against their divisional opponents, oh yeah, the Ravens are officially back. All right. Lamar Jackson, 17 for 29 on his completion attempts, threw for 146 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interception. Derrick Henry, 20 carries, 75 yards. All right. Shout out to Mark Andrews, 3 receptions for 14 yards and 1 touchdown. Hey, defensively, play well for the Ravens. Offensively, as long as they got Lamar Jackson, they're great. But we all knew that when the Baltimore Ravens are healthy, they are not a 1-5 team. Okay? Again, when they was 1-5, everybody was saying fire John Harbaugh. I was like, wait, this team is hurt. We all know Baltimore has a good defense when they're healthy and a high-powered offense when they're healthy as well, too. So the Baltimore Ravens are now 4-5, back in the division race, and potentially for a wild card spot. J.J. McCarthy did not play a great game, 20 for 42 on his completion attempts, threw for 248 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Vikings, it was close though, but it wasn't enough to get the win though. Offensively for the Vikings did not play well, but they did good defensively. But that's it. Ravens win 27-19. Moving on to the AFC South, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Texans with a comeback win. They beat the Jaguars 36-29. Jags, how did you lose this game? The Jaguars were up 29-10 in the fourth quarter. I thought it was going to run away with this game. Houston said, nah, hold my beer. It's not over till it's over. This is why you don't celebrate until the clock hits 0. This the problem with these teams. They feel like, oh, we got a big lead. We won the game. Nah, it's not over until it's over. Houston came back, won the game. They did not give up at all. Trevor Lawrence, in the first half, he played well. But in the second half, when it mattered the most, he crumbled. Trevor Lawrence, 13 for 23 on his completion attempts, threw for 158 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. See, David Mills, sorry about that. David Mills in the comeback played well, 27 for 45 on his completion attempts, threw for 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. What a bounce back game by the Houston Texans. David Mills came through for the guys with a comeback win. Down 19 points, David Mills said, hold my beer. I'm going to show you how it's done. Came into the game, led the Texans to a victory. Moving on to the next game. We go to the 4 o'clock games. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to be recapping these games like that, but all of these games are blowouts, okay? Seahawks win 44-22 against the Cardinals. Hey, Seahawks, one of the best teams in the NFC. Watch out for the Seattle Seahawks to come out of that conference. They might even win their division. All right. But they got a big game this weekend against the Los Angeles Rams, which I'm going to get into later on in the show. But, man, the Seahawks are good. And they got a top 10 defense as well, too. Rams versus 49ers. I watched this game. Stafford played well. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, those guys are special. Defensively for the Rams played well, too. I still believe this is the NFC West, to me, is still the Rams division to lose. But, damn, Seattle's freaking good right now. 49ers did not play well at all, too. They almost had a comeback, but the Rams just put it away. I knew that the Rams were going to win because, to be real, they should have won that game in Los Angeles, so I knew they was going to come back and beat them in San Francisco. And then Lions Commanders scored 44-22 Lions. Another blowout game. I mean, they must have talked about there. Washington's hurt. Detroit, one of the best teams in the NFC. Now we go to the Sunday night game. I'm going to be real with you, though. I fell asleep at halftime, okay, because that game was boring, okay? Chargers went 25-10. Aaron Rodgers had a rough night, okay? He had a rough night. 16 for 31 on his completion attempts, threw for 161 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Offensively for the Steelers, did not play well. A lot of turnovers left and right. Interception, fumbles, Aaron Rodgers getting a sack. Chargers came ready to play. They lit them up at home. Justin Herbert played a phenomenal game. 20 for 33 on his completion attempts, threw for 220 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Hey, Justin Herbert played a great game. I expected the Steelers to win this game, because I think they're the better team, but the Chargers, they proved me wrong. They're the better team. I thought this was going to be a close game, but the Chargers ran all over the Steelers. And that Chargers defense is special as well, too. And that's it. Chargers win 25-10. And last but not least, the Monday Night Football game, a snooze fest. I'm be real with you. I went to sleep at halftime, okay? Because do y'all know what the score was at halftime? 0-0. Defensive game all around. Jalen Hurts just played better than Jordan Love, but Eagles got the job done. It was a sloppy win by the Eagles, but a win is a win. Okay? That's all I can say. A win is a win. Jalen Hurts, 15 for 26 on his completion attempts, threw for 183 yards, 1 touchdown, and that 1 touchdown was by Devontae Smith. All right. And 0 sacks taken. Jordan Love did not play well, 20 for 36 on his completion attempts, threw for 176 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 3 sacks taken. The only touchdown in the game was from Josh Jacobs. So, technically, though, ain't not much to say about the game. Defensive game all around. Kind of like the Thursday night game, but Jalen Hurts was the better quarterback. Eagles were the better team. I expected at least a shootout, but hey, I wasn't expecting a low-scoring defensive game. I said this was going to be a low-scoring game after the first quarter, once it was 0-0. But that's all, though, for the Eagles and Packers game. Now it's time to go over my Week 11 NFL predictions. Week 11 of the NFL season kicks off Thursday night, and I'm here to give you my prediction for each of these games. Let's get it started. Starting off with the Thursday night football game, we got the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. This is an easy one. I got the New England Patriots beating the New York Jets at home. So I got the Patriots beating the Jets. Next up, we got a Madrid game between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to be real with you. Ain't nobody going to be waking up for this. 2, 3, and 17s going up against each other, not making the playoffs. Who knows? This could end up being a good game. But even though I watch it, I probably won't talk about it that much. You know what I'm saying? But I got the Washington Commanders defeating the Miami Dolphins in Madrid. Next up, we go to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. We got an NFC South Division matchup between the Carolina Panthers and my Atlanta Falcons. A rematch from Week 3. Ain't no 30-0 talk. All right, Panthers fans, I know y'all coming at us at this 30-0 week 3. Hey, that was week 3. All right. This is week 11. We are in the ATL. All right. We are on a 4-game losing streak. This streak has to end at home against the Carolina Panthers. I believe Raheem Morris, get your coaching together. Zach Robinson, call the right plays. Offensively, I need y'all ready to play and execute better like Raheem Morris says every week when we keep losing. We got to execute better. And he ain't lying. All right. Defensively, continue what you're doing, but we got to stop the run. But this is going to be a great game, though. But you already know what it is. Give my Atlanta Falcons to beat the Carolina Panthers. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was going to go with the Jaguars, but the Jaguars have fallen apart. So give me the Chargers. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the New York Giants. I'm going to say this right now. If the Packers lose to the Giants, they are frauds. Okay? They are frauds. I don't care what y'all say. But give me the Packers over the Giants. Next up, we got an AFC South divisional matchup between the Texans and Titans. We already know Texans winning that game with ease. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Buffalo Bills. I got the Bills beating the Bucks in Buffalo. I think the Bills are going to bounce back after a rough loss to the Miami Dolphins. So give me the Bills at home. Next up, we got an NFC North battle in Minnesota between the Bears and Vikings. Give me the Vikings over the Bears at home. I think they're going to bounce back after a rough loss to the Baltimore Ravens. So I don't see the Vikings losing back-to-back home games. Next up, we got an AFC North divisional matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Burrow is back at practice officially. He won't be playing this weekend, but he is expected to be back around Thanksgiving. So Bengals season's on the line here. They're 3-6. If they sweep the Steelers, they are in great shape. So I feel like the Bengals coming off a bye week, they're well rested, ready to go. Steelers looking to bounce back after a rough loss to the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday night. But I don't see the Bengals sweeping the Steelers, so I'm going to go with the Steelers over the Bengals. Then we go to the 4 o'clock games. 2 NFC West divisional games, starting off with the biggest game of the season, potentially. We got the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Ooh, battle for first place in that division. This is going to be a great one right here. Sam Darnold versus Matthew Stafford in Los Angeles. This is going to be an intense game down to the wire. Could end up in a shootout. I'm going to say whoever wins this game is going to end up winning by a field goal. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams over the Seattle Seahawks at home. I do think the Rams and Seahawks will split each other, but both of those teams will win at home. So I'm going to take the Rams over the Seahawks. Especially, I'm going to go with the Rams because they had a big win against the 49ers in San Fran. You know what I'm saying? So next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Give me the 49ers over the Cardinals. I think the 49ers are going to bounce back after a rough loss to the Rams. But I can see the Cardinals somehow pulling off an upset. You know what I'm saying? They played them earlier in the year, almost beat them. So who knows? Any given Sunday. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens are back. Lamar's healthy. Their defense is back too. Give me the Baltimore Ravens over the Cleveland Browns. Next 4 o'clock game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. All of these 4 o'clock games are divisional games. Now, that's what's up. AFC West Showdown 2, Denver Broncos at home. Got a lot of rest from that Thursday night win against the Raiders. The Chiefs coming off a bye week. We all know Mahomes doesn't lose after coming off a bye week. But this is the thing, though. The Denver Broncos are at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. They have a chance to make a statement showing the Chiefs that they will run this division this year. So if the Broncos win this game, they officially will win the division. Okay? So good game overall. I feel like it can go either way. I feel like whoever wins will win by a field goal. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos by a field goal, 30-27 at home against the Chiefs. Sunday Night Football, potential NFC Championship preview right here. Good game. We got the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams with statement wins on Sunday in Philly. Sunday Night Football. We praying these two teams face each other in the playoffs because this is going to be absolute cinema. Okay? Jared Goff versus Jalen Hurts, 2 great offenses, 2 great defenses. Now, this is going to be a shootout. Okay? I feel like this game going to end up in the 40s. That's how good these teams are. But it's in Philly, though. I will take the Lions, but I'm going to go with the Eagles because they're at home. And last but not least, Monday Night Football, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. No explanation. Give me the Cowboys over the Raiders, but I won't be surprised if the Raiders win. And that's it. That concludes today's episode of the Now Report and my Week 11 NFL predictions. As y'all know, I will post the video either tonight or tomorrow. So make sure y'all stay tuned for more. And that concludes today's show of the Now Report. Episode 50 is coming to a close. Thank you for all the love and support y'all have given me on all of my social media platforms here on the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And especially thank you to the people who joined the show today. If you are new to the Now Report, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube and like, comments, and subscribe on all of my stuff. Click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live and when I drop a new episode. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your day. Nard out, and I'll see you on my next episode.